Hello and welcome. My name is Thailand and today I'm going to teach you how to cook healthy shit that actually tastes good. Without wasting any time, let's get straight into today's video and let's start the song. You clicked on this because you want clean food that actually tastes good. No more flat beef mince with no seasoning. What is that? That is absolutely cooked. That's a crime against humanity. Eggs with like no pepper? Guys, come on. We're sick of eating the same shit. You want to completely transform your body and looks, and you want to become healthy without the fuss, and you're sick of probably counting calories and other bullshit. So, when you live and eat like our ancestors did, you will thrive and you will thrive easily. You will forget about all the extra stuff, the macros, the counting calories. It will just become a lifestyle for you. So, let's talk about that. And no, unfortunately, it is not all the previous ancestors. It's not the naan and the paneer and the butter chicken, or in my terms, it's not the like, what should I say? The dolma or the, like pide or the doner or stuff like that. It's not, okay? It's something else. It's our ancient ancestors. For reference, I struggled eating clean for most of my life. I had an addiction to sweets, and I love sweets, but I also didn't know what to eat. So I tried keto, carnivore, paleo, but keto is where my life changed because for the first time in my life, I experienced like 3 days with straight clarity, guys. I'm talking no brain fog, no confusion, just complete focus, and that just got me researching more into diet. Gut health was always a problem for me. As you can see on this picture right here, I look ugly and bloated and just, I don't look like I have a chin, guys, and it's just a problem. It caused a lot of issues for me in high school and with dating and social life. And the foods that I was eating, of course, caused those issues. Now, let's get straight into it. This is the first recipe. This is one of my favorites. Post-workout, for breakfast, for dinner, for after dinner, as a dessert, as a snack. Totally amazing meal, okay? It is essentially watermelon, or you can do it with rock melon, feta cheese, or other white cheeses, right? Bulgarian white cheese, feta cheese, halloumi cheese, whatever it is, and salt if the cheese is not salted already. Absolutely delicious. The next one is, this is my breakfast or my dinner. Again, ideally this is breakfast. This is something you can eat. On the left, we've got avocado. I believe that's 2 avocados, 3 eggs, soft boiled, some mushrooms, a little bit of onions, and underneath that is, I believe, some beef kofta. So kofta is Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, whatever you want. It's just beef mince in shapes. On the right, we've got beef mince, 300 grams, 3 eggs, some fruits, carbohydrates, and some fat. Now, you might be surprised. These pictures together, combined, guys, is around 180 to 200 grams of protein. It doesn't look like much food, does it? You could like probably smash that, right? I'm telling you, this is almost, because on the left, I've got around 300 grams of beef mince, and on the right, I've got around 300 grams of beef mince. That's above half a kilo of meat that you're eating. And on the left, you've got 3 eggs, and on the right, you've got 3 eggs. That's almost around 45 grams of protein, and then this is 160, 150 grams of protein combined. So 200 grams of protein isn't really that hard to eat if you eat this way. And now, can you see on this plate, there is no rice, there is no bread, there's no pastry, there's no soda, there's no other extra things that's just going to make you full with empty calories, empty nutrients, empty benefits. Let's get into the next thing. This is my foundational meal. On the left again, we have a pattern. We've got eggs, we've got underneath, I believe, a steak. On the left, some enoki mushrooms and some sauteed garlic, avocados, and some cheese. Right? Beautiful. Absolutely delicious. Right here, we have combined around, probably including the steak, I'd say 100 grams of protein straight up in this meal, excluding the cheese. That's 110, 115. On the right, if we were to eat the same thing, we've got around 4 to 5 pieces of beef mince, right? That's around 200 and 250 grams. That's around 60 grams of protein, okay? 160, 3 eggs, 180. There we go, guys. We're getting the protein that our body needs. And on top of that, all the micronutrients. This is super clean. Spice it up. Add spices. On this avocado, I've put olive oil and some other spices. Sourdough bread. Yes, I've cheated for this meal. I've got sourdough bread. It was absolutely delicious. This plate is a bit more colorful, isn't it? I've got some local made butcher sausages, totally clean. So tip, don't get counter or supermarket sausages. They're absolutely terrible for you, absolutely cook your health, filled with nitrates which cause early cancer. Literally, it's terrible for you. Get a butcher made. I've got some cheese, butter and honey, an absolute godsend combo. This is a lethal pre-workout and a post-workout, so keep that in mind for your next workout, guys. Use some butter and some honey. Amazing fuel straight to the body. I've got some brie cheese, passion fruit, dragon fruit, some kiwi. On the right, I've got 3 eggs, 2 tomatoes cooked together in a sauteed manner. Amazing. And what else could you ask for? This is an incredible meal to start the day. Again, we've got that same repeating concept, eggs, right? We've got 3 or 4 eggs, hard boiled this time. I recommend soft boiled. Cheese, more cheese, a little bit of walnuts. Ideally, you want to limit how much nuts you intake, because I've been learning more about diet recently, and turns out nuts do have a lot of anti-nutrients in them. Anti-nutrients prevent the absorption of nutrients in your body. So all these eggs that we're eating, high in zinc or magnesium or choline or selenium, they're getting bound and locked away by the nuts that we consume. In this meal, I only went with like a couple pieces. That's not going to be a huge problem, okay? But when you're having a lot of nuts during the day, avoid those. I'll do a video about anti-nutrients and how to get rid of them in your diet soon, but let me give you a little bit of it as a bonus. Things like phytic acid, linoleic acid, and lectins and gluten are a couple of the micro anti-nutrients that you want to avoid ideally. They are mostly found, guys, listen to this part carefully, in things like conventional bread, pastries, and cakes and muffins and cookies, okay? Very bad gluten. They're conventionally found in things like seed oils, very, very bad for you. Nuts, legumes as well, beans and those sort of things, and soy as well. So avoid them, guys. Now, the next one, this is an interesting one. Bone broth is actually surprisingly easy to make. All you got to do is get a pot, put it with water, and then put bones in there and just let it cook. And then keep adding water every time it drains until you're ready with the consistency that you like. Simple. And it is so delicious. It is so beneficial for your gut and your microbiome. It is crazy. And as if you don't know, your skin issues come from your gut. So the fact that you might look a little bit ugly because of acne or inflammation and red spots on your face is because of your gut health. So make sure to fix that right now. Okay, guys? Very important. On the right, again, we've got a repetition of a classic meal that you can get. This is something you can get out as well, buy from restaurants. This was a restaurant that I was going to in Bali. 3 eggs scrambled and 350 grams of a ribeye steak. Incredibly delicious. Now, just quickly, I'm building a full ancestral guide. It's got all the recipes and the photos that we just talked about. It will have all of those in there, exactly what to eat, how to spice it up, how to never get bored of it, how to make sure you get every single nutrient that you need in one single day. I'm building it right now so you can get in early if you like. It's the top link in the description. Or if you want to work with me to get to your physique, then you can also apply for that in the description. That being said, this is the end. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it's been quite helpful for you, and I hope I can just show you that eating clean does not need to be boring. It does not need to be this, like I repeated, beef mince and tomatoes with no seasoning and steak with no salt or whatever. You can definitely spice up the way you eat on a daily basis. You can make it so much better, and honestly, when you enjoy what you eat it more, don't you? And so you stay healthier for longer. And that's the mindset that I embrace in my life. For me, dessert includes... Look, by the way, like I said, I do sometimes cheat. And when you come to a level where you've been eating consistently for a while, you can. And it's what I call the 90-10 principle. You eat clean 90% of the time. You cheat 10% of the time, sometimes 20% of the time. That's totally fine. But honestly, most of my desserts are things like homemade smoothies or milkshakes, homemade yogurt bowls, or honey with fruit or cacao or chocolate or something like that, milk, heavy cream, or excuse me, like milk cream, and coconut yogurt, things like that, healthy things, really amazing things. So that being said, I'll see you next time. Ciao.